convener Amish Sangoi ji. I've been known him for some time now, and amazing job you're doing, Amish ji, by holding all these seminars. More importantly, on such diverse topics with faculties coming from across the country. I think you've truly used the virtual platform in one of the best and finest manners than any other study circle in the country, inviting so many faculties. And I'm amazed as how you are able to find these topics, these faculties from across the corner, and more importantly, the relevant areas at the right time you are able to introduce. So I hope and pray that you can continue giving this human service to the members of Andheri and Oshiwara area. My compliments and congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Keep it up. And respected seniors, I can see a lot of them. Sunil Bhai is here, Santosh ji is here, all the respected seniors who are here. My gratitude to you and thank you very much to all of you for being present. Like very rightly mentioned in the start by Amish ji, today's session is not going to be theory. We will discuss in practice what are the areas where our standards, the institute standards, must be followed by all of you. And very, very rightly mentioned by Amish ji, sometimes when I am a part of the disciplinary mechanism as a chairman of FRRB this year, I feel so sad that it is these very standards that are in fact not created to have additional compliance, but sincerely इन्हें इसीलिए बनाया गया है कि they are in aid and assistance of our members. आपको sampling कितनी करनी चाहिए? What is the documentation that you must have? What are the files that you must maintain? What kind of certificates can you give? All of this flows from our standards. But sadly, all of you will agree that whenever there is a program on, let's say, GST, there is a program on income tax. If Andheri Oshiwara has 150 members, 200 participants will be attending because other area people also want to come and attend. Because we feel that isme kuch kamane ka hai, there is something to earn. You can learn something and then implement it for your client and maybe save some money for the client. And in the interim, also maybe charge some additional fees. And standards, it may be accounting standards, auditing standards. They may not be to earn. We feel it is to learn. और लर्न तो हमने बहुत कर लिया, सीए पढ़ लिया, डिग्री आ गई, 20 सीपी कर लेते हैं, इससे ज्यादा हमको क्या लर्न करने की जरूरत है? But believe me, and I'm saying with all sincerity, when these matters go to DC and the disciplinary hears it, the only proof that you will have that you have done your job diligently, you have not been grossly negligent in the exercise of your function, maybe as a stock auditor, maybe as an internal auditor, or as a statutory auditor of the organization, are these very standards. And more importantly, I feel the challenge is that we are not aware of what standard applies when, what I as a chartered accountant can issue, and what I cannot do. Amish ji mentioned about the returns of income and whether a chartered accountant can sign them. I will answer all these questions in today's session. Whether on a return of income or a computation, I can simply put a stamp of true copy as a chartered accountant in practice and submit it to the bank. Or whether I can give a provisional balance sheet, take a printout from the tally balance sheet, write unaudited on top, sign, stamp, and deliver it to the client. Whether as chartered accountants, we are allowed to do that. And we will also be discussing, more importantly, what are the documentation requirements. I'm glad to see that the members are all from Andheri and Oshiwara region, one of the most industrious commercial areas of Mumbai. And Mumbai by itself is a city which is having, the top corporates, businesses, even the small and medium enterprises have a higher understanding of all the requirements. So I think with that in mind, I would like to share my presentation with all of you, and I'm sure that you will all find it useful. If there are any questions at any time, maybe you can interrupt me at that moment, or at the end if you feel that these questions need to be answered, I'll be more than happy to take them. I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So the topic for today that has been given to me, certification, projections, and provisional statements. Thank you very much once again to the Andheri Oshiwara Study Circle for inviting me. I have had the opportunity to take this session at multiple locations. The last one was in SIRC, where almost 2,500 chartered accountants of the southern region were present. And believe me, all of you who are attending this program, that after the end of this 1.5 to 2 hours that has been allotted to me to discuss on this topic, each one of us will go back with a lot more of understanding of the right kind of standards that must be followed. We will have a conceptual clarity on what kind of statements are to be done. And more importantly, it is not that institute ने हर चीज को ना बोल दिया है, provisional मत दो, true copy मत दो, unaudited मत दो. There are things that you can do within these standards which will meet the requirement of the client, yet it will ensure that you are on the right side of the law. Your reporting is absolutely as per the standards, as per the expectation of the institute. So before I begin, I generally like to start with this slide. A lot of members are, I'm hoping viewing this screen at least in front of them, and because I cannot see the videos, you see these various publications of the institute on your screen. Many of us would have purchased these and have it in their libraries. Now the time is digital, so these books generally also get, transferred via WhatsApp, and we all have access to them in a soft copy. But you would have seen that each of these books has a typical colors to it. So you can see the book in the center, for example, here. This is pink in color. This one here is dark green in color. This is light green and this is red. My first question to all of you, do you think these colors signify anything, or it is because that, let's say, Aniket likes dark green, Amish ji likes pink, Aditya ji likes red, and that is why these colors are colored as such? And again, you can answer on your chat box. Don't worry if the answer is right or wrong. I just want to see what is our understanding of जब इंस्टीट्यूट से पब्लिकेशन बनाता है और अलग अलग कलर्स के पब्लिकेशन आते हैं, इसका कोई लॉजिक है या ऐसे ही किसी के मन में आ गया और हम कलर्स पे बुक्स बनाते हैं? Aditya ji saying it is as per topic. Okay, so GST may be this, the audit may be this, it may be different based on topic. Any other person? And please, my request is sahi galat kya hai us pe na focus karke, let's try and understand so that our clarity increases. Okay, so let me then, I hope you can now see the presentation back on your screen. Aditya, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me first of all answer this question. ये जो light pink color के publication है, this is actually for the standards. आप accounting standards की किताब लोगे institute से, it will be in this color. You will purchase the compendium of auditing pronouncements, which has the auditing standards, the standards on auditing, the standards on review. All of them are in this color. Why is that? Well, it is because these are all mandatory in nature. ये standards होते हैं, and these are all mandatory to be followed. Council issues them. They go through an exposure draft phase. In fact, in the case of the accounting standards and the auditing standards, they are then referred to NFRA and then notified by MCA, and therefore made mandatory through the Act also. But even for non-companies, these standards are mandatory. ये जो dark green होती हैं, they are generally all the guidance notes. Guidance notes का क्या binding effect है? Guidance notes, if you read the statement of auditing pronouncements, where the hierarchy of these statements is given, it very clearly says that guidance notes, though recommendatory in nature, a member should ordinarily follow all the requirements of the guidance notes, except if there is any reason that he believes that a deviation will result in a better compliance of the standard. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि इस disclosure ना करने से, ये चीज करने से मेरा understanding और better होगा या disclosure better होगा, तो ही मैं उससे deviate कर सकता हूं, और else मुझे guidance note compulsorily follow करना है. इसके क्या उदाहरण है? Well, आप सबको मालूम है. First and foremost, you are all using the guidance note, for example, on bank audit. The guidance note on tax audit. The tax audit guidance note very clearly, for example, states the definition of turnover. हमने वहां लिखा है टर्नओवर का क्या डेफिनेशन है, और वो सैक्रोसेंट है. कल अमीश जी बोले नहीं मेरे लिए टर्नओवर में ये इंक्लूड होगा और ये इंक्लूड नहीं होगा. आदित्य जी बोले मेरा टर्नओवर का डेफिनेशन अलग है. That is not acceptable. The guidance note, therefore, the way it has been prepared, it means that you will have to ordinarily abide by the guidance note, and therefore it has a huge importance also. ये जो लाइट ग्रीन कलर की पब्लिकेशंस होती हैं, these are all generally technical publications but not mandatory in nature. इसको हम टेक्निकल गाइड कहते हैं, इसको हम एजुकेशनल गाइड कहते हैं, अलग अलग नाम से निकलती है. ये जनरली कमिटीज निकालती हैं. तो इंस्टीट्यूट में डिफरेंट कमिटीज आर देयर. द इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स कमिटी विल कम आउट, लेट्स से फॉर द पब्लिकेशन ऑन जीएसटी. द अदर कमिटीज विल कम आउट on their relevant topics. The ASB comes out with education material on specific standards. But ye hai only to aid and assist our members. These are not compulsory in nature. These are only issued by the committees. Whereas both the standards and the guidance notes are both issued by the council. Ye pura exposure draft hota hai, and therefore they have this mandatory nature to them. ये जो लाइट रेड कलर की बुक्स है, डार्क रेड का मरून कलर की बुक्स है, ये मरून जनरली नॉन टेक्निकल टॉपिक्स पे होती है, इसीलिए इसका ये कलर होता है. सो नाउ दैट यू ऑल नो द डेफिनेशन, रादर द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ द थ्री डिफरेंट कलर्स or the different colors in which the institute publication comes. There is also the blue color which is used for our compendium of opinion. We should understand the gravitas and the importance of different publications of the institute. And for that, for understanding our audit standards, for understanding the questions that I will be asking today, a lot of members here are all SMP practitioners like myself. और आपके मन में 5-6 questions रोज आते हैं कि बैंक ने मुझसे मांगा है या मेरे क्लाइंट को बोला है कि आप 5 साल के प्रोजेक्शन लेके आओ, क्या मैं इसको साइन कर सकता हूं? Banks sometimes ask the promoter that please provide unaudited balance sheet. Please provide a provisional balance sheet. As a chartered accountant in practice, am I authorized to sign that? The most important question, which all of us have, is certificates which we give in our day-to-day practice. And again, the convener very rightly mentioned, after the introduction of UDIN, the relevance and importance of certificates has gone up multifold. The number one question I have is there any specific format for certificates? All members who are participating here today from the Andheri Oshiwara region, almost 80 of us, can anyone tell me what is the right format of a certificate? Audit report format, we are all aware. हम ऐसे 700 का format देते हैं. But as a chartered accountant, what is the format in which a certificate must be given? Is it prescribed? Well, dear friends, you will be very surprised to note it is prescribed. It is a guidance note and therefore effectively mandatorily required for us to be followed. How many of us are knowing it? How many of us are following it? I think at the end of the session, we will know. I will also take you through that format of this certificates. So therefore, the topic today is not just projections and provisionals, but also certification. So about future projections, about unaudited financials, about certifications, उसमें भी true copy कर सकते हैं नहीं.
कनेक्टिविटी गया है सर का,
कुछ तो हुआ है ना.
Of the intended users, other than, please pay attention here, other than the responsible party about the outcome of the evaluation. That means some person other than who has appointed you, if he is going to rely on your statement, on your certificate, on your report, only then does it constitute assurance function. अगर आप management को दे रहे हो and only management is going to rely on it, then it doesn't constitute assurance. And therefore, I use this diagram to explain the difference between an audit function, an attest function, and assurance function. Audit जो है वो generally सीमित रहता है financial statement audits के लिए. Attest services में additional चीजें आती हैं. अगर मैनेजमेंट का इंटरनल कंट्रोल है, मुझे उसको अटेस्टेशन करना है, मुझे कोई अग्रीड अपॉन प्रोसीजर्स करने हैं विच द मैनेजमेंट सेज कि आप ये वेरिफिकेशन करिए 1 2 3 4 और मैं उसको करता हूं, या मैं कोई फोरकास्ट को अटेस्ट करता हूं, दीज आर ऑल पार्ट ऑफ अटेस्टेशन। अश्योरेंस बहुत वाइडर गैमिट है क्योंकि इसमें रिस्क एडवाइजरी यानी कि इंटरनल ऑडिट, बाकी सब चीजें भी आ गई, और कंपाइलेशन सर्विसेज होती हैं जो इंडिया में बहुत कॉमन नहीं है, बट जो कन्वीनर सर ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि ऑडिट नहीं हो रहा है और मुझे उसकी रिपोर्ट देनी है, देयर वी विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई कंपाइलेशन इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्म। एंड कंपाइलेशन तो बिल्कुल ही अश्योरेंस या ऑडिट नहीं है, इट इज आउटसाइड द गैम्बिट ऑफ द ऑडिट डेफिनेशन। एंड व्हाई आई एम शेयरिंग दिस टू यू माय डियर फ्रेंड्स ऑफ अंधेरी एंड ओशिवारा, बहुत कॉमनली हम देखते हैं ऑडिट जो वर्ड है उसे हम बहुत लूजली यूज करते हैं। वी रिफर टू फोरेंसिक ऑडिट फॉर एग्जांपल। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू practicing here are doing forensic audit? I'm assuming a quite a large number of your people would have done forensic audit or would have seen the process of forensic audit getting done. Well, in fact, let me share with you the word forensic audit itself, दो कॉमन पार्लांस में बहुत इजी टू एक्सेप्ट हो गया है, इट इज इन फैक्ट नॉट एन ऑडिट। आप इंस्टीट्यूट का सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स देखेंगे, उसका नाम है FAFD, फॉरेंसिक अकाउंटिंग एंड फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन। We don't call it forensic audit. The standards that the institute is developing, many of you will be aware, you would have seen in the newspapers, you would have seen from the institute's communication, the institute is coming out with a forensic accounting and investigation standards, FAIS. They have been named as forensic accounting standards and not as forensic audit standards because our job in the forensics is only to find out the accounting related aspects and report them. We are not the judge, the jury and the executioner all ourselves. आदमी गिल्टी है या नहीं है, बैंक से फंड डाइवर्जेंस किया है या नहीं है, वो कोर्ट तय करेगा। कोर्ट will sit in judgment and provide a conclusion whether that has happened or not. Our job as an expert is to provide the tools as an expert and a report which then the investigation agency can take forward and prove in the court of law what has happened. So therefore, please be very clear, nowhere in the world it is referred to as a forensic audit report. And हम सोच, काफी लोग मुझे पूछते हैं कि यार अकाउंटिंग को थोड़ी, मैं अकाउंटिंग थोड़ी कर रहा हूं। भैया, अकाउंटिंग इज नॉट बुक कीपिंग। हम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हैं, हम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के वजह से वी डू नॉट बिकम बुक कीपर्स। Accounting is a very vast domain. It includes audit, it includes attestation, assurance, it includes all other areas of consulting, management services, everything else is the definition of accounting. So it's a very wide definition. And therefore, whenever you are doing this, remember, we are doing forensic accounting. The standards which have been approved by the council, I'm happy to share. I was a very, integral part of the framing of the forensic standards. उनका नाम है फॉरेंसिक अकाउंटिंग एंड इन्वेस्टिगेशन स्टैंडर्ड्स, FAIS। हमारा कोर्स भी है FAFD, फॉरेंसिक अकाउंटिंग एंड फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन। सो माय रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ अस इज, लेट्स नॉट यूज द टर्म ऑडिट very lightly and very loosely. Audit has a very clear cut connotation and meaning. If we have understood the definition of audit, I hope you can all see this chart in front of you. This, in my view, is the most critical aspect for us to understand the entire flow of which standards are to be applied. At the top is what? The Chartered Accountants Act. We are all aware, we are governed by the Act, incorporated through the Act. And in 1949, even before the Constitution was made effective, our Act was laid in the Parliament, and 1st July 1949, our institute was created. That is the importance the profession carries, and this is our Bible, Gita, Quran, the Chartered Accountants Act of 1949. Within it, there is the Code of Ethics, which is issued by the Council, which was revised and made effective 1st of July of 2020, and other pronouncements of ICAI. All pronouncements are your standards, your other pronouncements, for example, UDIN, which was made mandatory. These are all issued by the Council of the Institute. and therefore this sits at the top. उसके नीचे है SQC, the standard on quality control. So far there is only one standard on quality control, SQC1, which is very important, and we will spend some time discussing that. उसके नीचे अगर आप आ जाएंगे तो you see two different services, assurance service and related service. We have all understood what is the definition of assurance service. Assurance means where I am providing a conclusion which is going to be used by somebody other than the responsible party, यानी client के अलावा कोई उस पर rely कर रहा है तो हम उसे assurance service कहते हैं. तो related service क्या हुई? जो assurance नहीं है but within the gambit of attestation या आता है within the gambit of the chartered accountants practice area आता है. और उसके लिए हमें क्या standards use करने हैं? Standards on related service, SRS. Two very important and common standards जो आपको day to day life में use आ सकते हैं. One is the standard, and we will understand them in detail going forward, is the standard on agreed upon procedure, AUP. So many times in your life, we would have given certain certificates or reports to our client. But sadly, for the want of a correct format, we prepare our own format and give it to the client. My request to all of you is, please go through this standard on agreed upon procedures that is there in the SRS. For example, आपको physical inventory लेनी है और आपको physical inventory का report देना है. There is a excellent standard which governs it, and more importantly, the illustration at the end gives you a beautiful format in which you can report your findings. And the second standard in the SRS regime is on compilation. वो हम आगे पढ़ेंगे. So these two are related services. तो सबसे ऊपर क्या आ गया? SQC. उसके नीचे अगर assurance नहीं है, थर्ड पार्टी रिलाई नहीं कर रही, तो related service है, उसमें AUP आ गया, compilation आ गया. अगर assurance है तो उसके दो पार्ट हैं. It may first relate to a historical financial information. We are sitting on 24th January 2021. अगर मुझे ऑडिट रिपोर्ट देना है, ऑडिट रिपोर्ट फॉर द ईयर एंडेड 31/3/20, तो मैं कौन से स्टैंडर्ड्स यूज करूंगा? स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन ऑडिटिंग, क्योंकि हिस्टोरिकल है और ऑडिट है. अगर मुझे दिसंबर 20 यानी कि 31/12/20 का क्वार्टरली रिपोर्ट, 9 मंथली रिपोर्ट देना है, और इंटरिम फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट है, यानी हिस्ट्री की बात है, पर मुझे ऑडिट नहीं करके रिव्यू करना है, तो मुझे SRE अप्लाई होंगे. और हिस्टोरिकल है ही नहीं, इट इज अदर देन ऑडिट ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल, तो स्टैंडर्ड्स आर SAE. यानी इसमें क्या हो सकता है? मुझे फ्यूचर के बारे में कुछ देना है, प्रोजेक्शंस हैं, 5 साल के फ्यूचर प्रोजेक्शन है जो मुझे बैंक के पर्पस के लिए देने हैं. When you go for listing, the SEBI requires you to file your red herring prospectus. In the red herring prospectus, we are giving 5-year future projections. वो सब SAE के हिसाब से हमें देने हैं. हमें कहीं KPO के कंट्रोल्स के बारे में अगर कहीं रिपोर्ट देना है, so it is not historical. It is the control mechanism which are in place and which will also be in effect in future. तो उसमें लगता है SAE. And therefore, my dear friends, 5 sets of standards which are very important and critical for all of us to understand. The first and foremost is the SQC, which is at entity or firm level, and it is the SQC1. Historical financial information के लिए अगर हम ऑडिट कर रहे हैं तो स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन ऑडिटिंग, अगर हम रिव्यू कर रहे हैं, रिव्यू, तो स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन रिव्यू, SRE. अगर अश्योरेंस है बट अदर देन हिस्टोरिकल है, यानी कि फ्यूचर इंफॉर्मेशन है, कंट्रोल्स पे है, तो SAE. और अगर अश्योरेंस ही नहीं है, it is only for agreed upon procedures, compilation or other related service, then you have to follow SRS. I hope the hierarchy of the standards is clearly understood by all of us, because once we know that, जो सारे questions हैं projections के, unaudited के, provisional के, certification के, they will all be answered. So before we move to the standards proper, one important chart that I like to share with everybody is the difference between the three categorical services of audit, review and a compilation. यहाँ आपको चार्ट दिख रहा है. Audit सबसे ऊपर है क्योंकि audit gives the highest form of assurance. It is high, but it is not absolute. Absolute तो भैया कोई चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट लिख के नहीं दे सकता है कि ये कंपनी में जो हुआ है मैंने 100% वेरीफाई किया है, everything is proper. That is not the job of a chartered accountant. What you are doing in an audit is providing a reasonable assurance. Reasonable assurance क्यों? क्योंकि हम लिखते हैं in our opinion, based on this. Materiality को समझते हुए हम टेस्टिंग करते हैं और ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू को assertion देते हैं. Therefore, audit sits at the top. What is next? Next is review. Second layer है. Review is not a reasonable assurance. वहां limited assurance word use किया गया है. Limited. मैं जब limited review report देता हूं, मैं limited assurance देता हूं. The level is moderate and limited, and the reporting is by exception. मैं in our opinion word नहीं यूज करता. आप आपका क्वार्टरली रिव्यू का कोई भी रिपोर्ट पढ़ लीजिए, उसमें वर्ड यूज होता है nothing has come to our attention. So मुझे कोई फ्रॉड अगर दिखता है, मुझे कोई एक्सेप्शनल आइटम दिखती है, तो ही मुझे उसको रिपोर्ट करना है, वरना I am not supposed to audit it or give a high level of assurance. I am only doing a moderate level of assurance when I am giving a limited review. उसके लिए limited review में क्या काम आता है? Analysis, preliminary analysis, and other analytical procedures. So therefore, if I have to break these four services down, audit, review, agreed upon procedure or compilation, यहाँ high level of assurance है, यहाँ moderate है. Agreed upon procedure और compilation दोनों में मैं assurance ही नहीं दे रहा. Agreed upon procedure में आपने मुझे बताया ABC काम करिए, मैंने वो काम करके रिपोर्ट किया कि XYZ is the result. That's it. मैं फैक्चुअल फाइंडिंग्स दे रहा हूं. जबकि कंपाइलेशन में तो मुझे सिर्फ और सिर्फ फाइनेंशियल्स को एक फॉर्मेट में कंपाइल करके देना है, कोई भी अश्योरेंस नहीं देना. So I hope so far all of you are with me. You have followed the concept that I'm trying to drive home. The different sets of standards, the 5 set of standards which are very important. The SQC1, कोई भी फर्म, पार्टनरशिप फर्म हो या प्रोप्राइटरी फर्म हो, उस पे लगता है. Those firms have to abide by this. अगर हिस्टोरिकल फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन को मैं ऑडिट कर रहा हूं और अगर मैं ऑडिट रिपोर्ट दे रहा हूं, देन स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन ऑडिटिंग. अगर रिव्यू दे रहा हूं तो SRE, स्टैंडर्ड ऑन रिव्यू. अगर हिस्टोरिकल नहीं है, फ्यूचर इंफॉर्मेशन है, कंट्रोल्स हैं, तो SAE. और अगर इट इज नॉट अश्योरेंस, इट इज अ रिलेटेड सर्विस, तो हमें SRS फॉलो करना है, स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन रिलेटेड सर्विसेज. So let me now come to the first question that we were discussing, which Amish ji had referred to when we started. क्या मैं unaudited report पे साइन कर सकता हूं? Can you all see this balance sheet in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've tried to put the most common balance sheet annual report that we all refer to at some point of Reliance Industries. And a lot of people ask me this question कि सर मुझे किसी की ऑडिट ड्यू है, पर मैं तो सितंबर में ऑडिट करने वाला हूं और मुझे अप्रैल में उसका रिपोर्ट देना है, तो क्या मैं उस पे ऊपर हाथ से अनऑडिटेड लिख दूं, प्रोविजनल लिख दूं और उस पे साइन करके दे दूं, तो क्या मैं ये काम कर सकता हूं? My dear colleagues, here you can see the balance sheet of Reliance Industries. The entire balance sheet P&L is there. On the right, the management signs. The financial statements are the responsibility of the management. Ownership management की है, वो sign करते हैं. मैं जब as an auditor sign करता हूं, there is a very important word that you must all remember. I have highlighted it here in front of you. We always sign with the word as per our report of event date. Why do I say as per our report of event date? Well, because my responsibility is not to just sign the balance sheet. My responsibility is not कि मैंने किसी भी बैलेंस शीट पे नीचे साइन कर दिया. भैया अगर मैं साइन करता हूं तो मैं ओनरशिप ले रहा हूं बैलेंस शीट की. बैलेंस शीट पे साइन कौन करता है? Who are the owners of the firm, the partnership firm, the proprietary firm, or in the case of a company, the board of directors, so authorized by the board. Simply signing and putting your stamp, effectively आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप बोल रहे हो मैं इसका ओनर हूं. Never can you sign a balance sheet or a P&L by simply on top saying unaudited and at the bottom putting your name, your stamp and signing it. Your signature must always be accompanied by the words as per our report of event date attached. एक ऐसी कंपनी है जिसमें सब गलत है. आपको ऑडिट मिला, बैंक ने बोला आप इसका ऑडिट कीजिए. एसेट्स बोगस, लायबिलिटीज अंडरस्टेटेड, इनकम सारी फर्जी, जीएसटी के बिल है गलत, एक्सपेंसेस सारे फर्जी, एम्प्लॉय है नहीं फिर भी स्टाफ कॉस्ट डाला है. आपको फिर भी बैलेंस शीट तो साइन करनी है. तो क्या ये बैलेंस शीट में आपने बोल दिया सब ओके? नहीं. आप ऊपर लिखते हैं एज पर आवर रिपोर्ट ऑफ इवन डेट अटैच्ड, एंड इन दैट रिपोर्ट यू आर इशूइंग एन एडवर्स ओपिनियन, यू आर इशूइंग ए डिस्क्लेमर ऑफ ओपिनियन. आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू आर फॉलोइंग मी. मैं साइन कर रहा हूं पर मैं ऐसा बोलता हूं कि भैया बैलेंस शीट पे तो मैंने साइन इसीलिए किया है कि ये जो नंबर्स यहाँ पे हैं वही मैंने ऑडिट किए हैं, पर ये सही है या गलत है, इसमें से अगर कोई छोटा सा पोर्शन गलत है तो मैं क्वालिफिकेशन दूंगा. अगर कोई ऐसी चीज है जिसे मुझे आपके अटेंशन में जाना है तो मैं एम्फोसिस ऑफ मैटर दूंगा. तो क्वालिफिकेशन कब आएगा? जब छोटी सी मैटर पे ध्यान देना है. मुझे किसी पे कुछ छोटी सी मैटर गलत हो रही है तो मुझे बताना है. अगर मुझे किसी पे ध्यान अटेंशन ड्रॉ करना है मैं एम्फोसिस ऑफ मैटर दूंगा. अगर पूरा रिपोर्ट ही गलत है तो मैं एडवर्स ओपिनियन दूंगा. और या मुझे इंफॉर्मेशन ही नहीं दी, मैं ऑडिट पे गया और उन्होंने बोला मेरे पास कोई किताब नहीं है भैया, कोई बुक्स नहीं है, कोई इनवॉइस नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, तो मैं डिस्क्लेमर ऑफ ओपिनियन दूंगा. इन ऑल ऑफ दिस आई विल साइन द बैलेंस शीट, बट आई विल mention it that it is as per our report of event date and the report must be as per our standards. And therefore I say this, that when you are requested or asked by a client कि भैया ये रही मेरी बैलेंस शीट, आप जरा सही सिक्का कर दीजिए, हमारा काम साइन और सिक्का लगाना नहीं है, हम उस पे एक रिपोर्ट देते हैं. रिपोर्ट ऑडिट रिपोर्ट हो सकती है एज पर एसएस 700 जो हम कंपनीज के केस में करते हैं. रिपोर्ट टैक्स ऑडिट हो सकती है जो एसएससी पे टैक्स ऑडिट लगता है उनका करते हैं. रिपोर्ट रिव्यू रिपोर्ट हो सकती है. मैं अगर पूरे साल का ऑडिटर नहीं हूं, अमीश जी, अगर मेरे पास ऑडिट नहीं करना है, ऑडिट लगता नहीं है और मैं ऑडिटर नहीं हूं, बट द एंटिटी वांट्स दैट सर एक रिपोर्ट आप दे दीजिए जिसमें आप वेरीफाई किया है आपने और एक अच्छा अश्योरेंस मुझे मिल जाए, तो आप रिव्यू रिपोर्ट दे सकते हो. रिव्यू दो प्रकार के होते हैं, एनुअल रिव्यू पूरे साल के नंबर्स का, और क्वार्टरली रिव्यू या इंटरिम रिव्यू जो हम स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में तो कंपनीज देती हैं. आप भी अगर किसी कंपनी में रिक्वायरमेंट है क्वार्टरली हाफ ईयरली अटेस्टेशन करने के, देन यू कैन यूज योर स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन रिव्यू एंगेजमेंट. और एग्जैक्टली जयमिन भाई, लिमिटेड रिव्यू जो आप करते हो लिस्टेड कंपनी में, दोज आर एज पर एसआरई, बट उन सब में बैलेंस शीट के साथ आपको लिखना है एज पर आवर रिपोर्ट ऑफ इवन डेट. और अगर अनऑडिटेड एंटिटी है, ऑडिटेबल नहीं है, बट आपको उस पे एक रिपोर्ट देना है, then you can use the report for compilation, which we will go through. So I hope with this you have been gaining some clarity in terms of where and what as a chartered accountant can sign, because this is a very common question that gets asked to me, and therefore important for us to remember that whenever I sign here as A Talati, it is not that I'm signing on these numbers. I am basically signing these numbers only to confirm that these numbers are to be read in conjunction with my audit report of even date attached. Internationally, if you look at the balance sheets, open Apple's balance sheet, open any other balance sheet, the auditors never even sign the financials. They only give the report. Here also, we are signing the financials only with the clear wordings that it is as per our report attached. So never make the mistake of signing the client's financials without these lines. So now we move forward, dear colleagues, with the different standards that are in place. I will try and take you through briefly what are the important standards, what are the important expectations. And like your convener and deputy convener mentioned, this is actually your steel framework to protect and guard you against anything that can happen to your client in the future. And the matter, let's say, comes up for a disciplinary action at the institute. If NFRA selects it, if there is a CBI inquiry, for example, on their client's premise, Enforcement Directorate, EOW, so many agencies now that are looking upon financial frauds and crimes. इनमें से अगर किसी पे भी कोई भी investigation होता है, what is it that you have to prove that you have done your task diligently and not been grossly negligent? उसके लिए क्या documentation है? और यही documentation है जो आपको इस action से बचा सकता है. हमें क्या कर लेना चाहिए उसका एक brief discussion हम आज करेंगे. The first and foremost is SQC1. I am 100% certain that majority of our participants would never have gone through this standard. Some of you might also have been peer reviewed. Peer review पूरा अगर आप मुझे पूछे 70% इस standard पे based है SQC1 पे. But of course because it is not important, GST आता है, client को आप service देते हो, advice देते हो, fees देता है. भैया वो आप उसके लिए कर रहे हो, ये जरा अपने खुद के लिए कर लो, क्योंकि कल उठ के अगर किसी client में कोई भी issue आया, so client will not stand by you. But if you have followed your institute standards, then your standards and the profession will stand by you that you have done your work with diligence. You have maintained and ensured that whatever was required by standards has been done. So therefore the SQC1, if you now read with me, the name probably many of us would have never read. Now it will make sense to you. It applies to firms. What do firms mean? It means both partnership and proprietorship. So firms is not just partnership, it is proprietorships plus partnerships. So firms that perform audits and reviews of historical financial information. Audit होगा तो SA, review होगा तो SRE. Audit और review कब होता है? जब historical financial information होता है. अदर अश्योरेंस कब होता है? जब फ्यूचर के बारे में या कंट्रोल्स के बारे में बात करना है. व्हाट आर द स्टैंडर्ड्स देयर अप्लाई देन? SAE. एंड रिलेटेड सर्विसेज. रिलेटेड सर्विसेज माने SRS. So the SQC applies to your entire organization. For any kind of services that you do, your SQC1 will apply. What are the main elements of the SQC1? Well, the first element is that the leadership responsibility किसमें होती है? अगर पार्टनरशिप फर्म है तो मैनेजिंग पार्टनर के पास रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. अगर प्रोप्राइटरशिप एंटिटी है, as a proprietor, it is your responsibility to ensure quality is maintained within the firm. So quality, responsibility, leadership की हो गई. You have to conduct yourself ethically. कोड ऑफ एथिक्स आई एम श्योर अंधेरी ओशिवरा स्टडी सर्कल में बहुत सेशंस हो गए. इनफैक्ट स्टार्टिंग में एक पीपीटी भी चला था जहां कोड ऑफ एथिक्स के FAQs डिस्कस हुए थे. एंड these ethics are required to be maintained not just by a chartered accountant practice but expected to be maintained throughout the firm, and therefore they are included in the SQC1. Acceptance and continuance, two words. Acceptance माने जब पहली बार कोई client आता है, whether I should accept that assignment or not. And continuance means once I have accepted the client every year, whether I should continue with this client or not. Example देता हूं. आपके पास एक प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी आई. इंस्टीट्यूट के तो KYC नॉर्म्स हैं कि आपको जानना चाहिए किसके पास है. बट कोई भी अकाउंटेंट या बुक कीपर आपके पास लेके आया, भैया ये बैलेंस शीट है और P&L है, ये रहे इसके बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स, वाउचर्स, आप ऑडिट कर दीजिए. बिफोर एक्सेप्टिंग एनी ऑडिट, you must have a clear acceptance, client acceptance requirement and a procedure. आप देखिए कि इस क्लाइंट का कौन रियल ओनर है, who has the shareholding, who are the directors. क्योंकि मालूम पड़ा आपने ऑडिट रिपोर्ट साइन कर दिया और 3 महीने बाद किसी ने बोला कि इसके 2 प्रमोटर थे, 31% स्टेक था विजय माल्या के पास और बाकी का स्टेक था दाऊद इब्राहिम के पास, और फिर आप बोलेंगे अरे मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था. Well, that cannot be accepted because the basic crux of SQC1 is that you must have certain acceptance procedures. And मान लीजिए नीरव मोदी आपका क्लाइंट था, सब कुछ ठीक था, बट आगे जाके जब आपको मालूम पड़ गया कि वो इतना बड़ा फ्रॉड आ गया है, then continuance, whether you want to continue with that client, that also you must have a specific procedure in your organization. So therefore, acceptance and continuance. Human resource, whether you have sufficient HR to ensure that the work that is assigned to you, उसके लिए आपके पास sufficient people हैं. मैं और अंकित जी 2 जन की पार्टनरशिप फर्म है, हमारे 3 एम्प्लॉय है और हमने ले लिया रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज का ऑडिट. Do I have the people to do the audit? Will I be able to justify the work? And more importantly, even within the organization, let's say we have all the resources, then is there procedure which is followed to record their time? क्या काम किया दिन में, कितना घंटा किस चीज पे काम किया, वो टाइम शीट्स बन रही है कि नहीं, एंगेजमेंट परफॉर्मेंस हो रहा है या नहीं, और उसका मॉनिटरिंग हो रहा है कि नहीं. दीज आर ऑल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ SQC1. सबसे पहला लीडरशिप की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि क्वालिटी मेंटेन हो फर्म के अंदर. इंटरनल एक कल्चर होना चाहिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कि क्वालिटी एसेंशियल है. और ये कैसे हो सकता है, मैं एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूं, but lot of you will agree. Let's say there is a proprietorship firm which is there in existence, and in that proprietorship firm there is the letterhead which is lying always next to the printer. The stamp is openly available in the drawer. यूडिन का ईमेल तो भैया फर्म की ईमेल आईडी पे ही आता है. आर्टिकल से लेके प्यून से लेके हर एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को यूडिन का एक्सेस है. और लेटरहेड फ्री में पड़े थे, डिजिटल सिग्नेचर सारी क्लाइंट्स की और पार्टनर की खुद की या प्रोप्राइटर की खुद की भी साथ में रहती है. एक बंदा जाता है, टेक्स द कॉपी ऑफ लेटरहेड, पुट्स इट इन द प्रिंटर, मेक्स अ सर्टिफिकेट. नाउ यू आर अवेयर यू कैन डिजिटली साइन अ सर्टिफिकेट. You digitally sign it. UDIN comes to the email address of the firm. UDIN डाल दिया और सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू कर दिया. क्या क्वालिटी हुई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. और क्या कल उठ के हम में से कोई भी जिसकी ऑफिस में ये प्रोसीजर है, ये बोल सकता है कि हाँ ये तो सर ऐसा हो गया, हमने लेटर हेड तो बाहर ही रखे थे, DSC तो सबकी ओपन ही रहती है, और यूडिन का पासवर्ड तो भैया मैं थोड़ी दिखूंगा पार्टनर होके या प्रोप्राइटर होके, वो तो आर्टिकल ही देखता है. सर दैट कैन नॉट बी एनी लाइन ऑफ डिफेंस फॉर एनी ऑफ अस. इफ यू आर फॉलोइंग द इंस्टीट्यूट्स मेंबरशिप, you are bound as a chartered accountant practice to follow SQC1 where it requires get quality की responsibility partner की, managing partner की या proprietor की है. The buck stops here. The responsibility is of only and only the proprietor or the partner, and you cannot simply state कि इस केस में मेरी कोई responsibility नहीं है. Therefore, the standard states that the leadership responsibility within the organization falls with whom? It falls with the leadership and the managing partners. उसे फर्म में सिस्टम ऑफ क्वालिटी कंट्रोल बनाना है, एंड ही मस्ट सेट एन एग्जांपल बाय देयर ओन कंडक्ट. आप क्वालिटी की इंपॉर्टेंस कैसे अपने एम्प्लॉयज से कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं? थ्रू न्यूज़लेटर्स, वर्कशॉप, ट्रेनिंग कर लीजिए, बट ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट योर कमिटमेंट टू क्वालिटी इज अनवेवरिंग. हाउ डज दिस हैपन? वेल, द मैनेजिंग पार्टनर assumes the ultimate responsibility for the quality. आप एक सिस्टम बनाइए कि कोई भी सर्टिफिकेट आएगा वो कैसे इश्यू होगा. ऐसा ही नहीं कि यूडिन किसी ने भी निकाल लिया फॉर्म में से. एक लिस्ट बनाना चाहिए, एक रजिस्टर बनाना चाहिए, आपने कितने सर्टिफिकेट्स दिए हैं. द कस्टडी ऑफ डिजिटल सिग्नेचर मस्ट बी assured. द OTPs for the UDIN who is receiving, that must be ensured and documented. And anybody, if he is found to be deviating from these procedures, there must be disciplinary action on them. ऐसी पॉलिसी फॉर्म में होनी चाहिए. कमर्शियल कंसिडरेशंस कैनॉट ओवरराइड द क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क. अरे सर फीस 1500 ही थी तो इसमें इतना ही काम होता है. नहीं, 1500 में आपने ले लिया काम, तो भी आपको अगर उसमें 10,000 की एफर्ट्स लग रही है, आपको करनी पड़ेगी. योर फी कंसिडरेशन कैन नॉट डिटरमिन, बट द स्कोप ऑफ सर्विसेज विल हैव टू डिटरमिन कि आपकी क्वालिटी कैसी होनी चाहिए. फर्म में एक परफॉर्मेंस इवैल्यूएशन और कंपेंसेशन का भी पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए टू एंश्योर के सफिशिएंट resources are deployed and QC policies and procedures are communicated to the entire staff. So that is the first and foremost element of SQC1. The second element of SQCs are the ethical requirements. I am objective. Objectivity has to be maintained in all your engagements. What do I mean by objectivity? When you are doing the audit of financial statements, in companies, for example, we are all aware the Companies Act requires that you cannot be a shareholder of the entity. If you have shares of the company, you are disqualified from becoming an auditor. Similarly, you cannot audit your own firm. Why is it said? Because आपकी objectivity निकल जाती है. आप अगर किसी सर्जन से मिलेंगे, वो दिन में 10 ऑपरेशन करता होगा, बट अगर उसे उसके खुद के फैमिली मेंबर का ऑपरेशन करना है, a lot of surgeons refer it to somebody else because his hands generally do not shake, but if he has to operate on his own family member, there is a possibility that his hands may shiver. Similarly, we as chartered accountants have to be objective of our clients. You cannot have any ownership or conflict of interest, and therefore be very objective while we are doing any assignment. Integrity, well, highest level of integrity is expected out of chartered accountants. आप जो भी काम करेंगे, the utmost integrity और confidentiality करेंगे. Client की सारी confidential details आपके पास हैं. But I'm proud that our chartered accountants who are auditors of, for example, the largest pharma companies. Today we are sitting in the era where the entire world is dying to have vaccines. Our country has produced probably the largest amount of vaccines in the world. कितना टाइम लगता है वहां के इंटरनल ऑडिटर को, स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिटर को, कि भैया इसका तो ये फॉर्मूला है, उसको शायद मालूम भी होगा. But I'm so proud that our chartered accountants know this information. They use the bill of material or the BOM to verify the purchases, everything else, but they ensure utmost integrity and confidentiality. It may be the chartered accountants who are working in industry in these companies, or the chartered accountants who are doing the audits of this company, वो integrity और objectivity maintain कर रहे हैं, और यही हमारे profession की शान है. That is what we are able to maintain. The competence, मुझे जो चीज आती है मैं उसी का engagement लूं. If I have the competence to take up a system audit, only then should I do a system audit and give a system audit report. Or else one must not take up that assignment. Professional competence होनी चाहिए to take the work. Be due diligent. What do I mean by due diligent? Exercise extreme precaution before you accept a client. काम करते वक्त भी diligently काम करना है. आया और 5 मिनट में सर्टिफिकेट दिया, ये नहीं हो सकता है. You have to be extremely careful and diligent in exercise of your work. Professional behavior. It means that not just from your report, but from your conduct also, professionalism must be reflected. आपकी ऑफिस, आपका टेबल, हर चीज से professionalism reflect होता है. And that is very important in terms of having the SQC1 implemented. What does the SQC1's second element ethical requirement says? That there must be an independence and ethics partner. अगर firm है तो एक अलग से independence और ethics का partner आप designate करिए. वो देखेगा कि एंटिटी इंडिपेंडेंट है या नहीं. आपको एक इंडिपेंडेंस रिक्वायरमेंट आप पूरे फर्म में सर्कुलेट कर सकते हैं कि भैया हमें ये ऑडिट नया आया है, क्या आप में से कोई भी जो इस ऑडिट पे काम करने वाला है इस कंपनी के शेयर रखता है. टेक दैट इंडिपेंडेंस डिक्लेरेशन, आइडेंटिफाई द थ्रेट्स, एंड इफ यू कैनॉट रिड्यूस द थ्रेट देन यू विल हैव टू विथड्रॉ फ्रॉम द एंगेजमेंट. The best opportunity to comply with this is by obtaining a written confirmation within the firm. आपके फर्म में 15 जन हैं, आपको नहीं मालूम, आप कोई रोज तो 15 के 15 जन का डीमैट अकाउंट नहीं देखते. Then there can be an independence confirmation form which you can take within the firm to ensure that the compliance with ethical requirements is being done. How is the nature of the form? I hope it is visible on your screen in front of you. Annual firm personnel independence confirmation. मैंने एक format दिया है. I will share it with the study circle also. You can take this kind of a independence confirmation from your entire staff. क्या बोलता है कि भाई मेरी इस एंटिटी में कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है, आई डू नॉट हैव एनी इन्वेस्टमेंट इन दिस एंटिटी। सो आपके स्टाफ का भी इंडिपेंडेंस चेक हो गया। आपका कोई बोरोइंग नहीं है, आपके पास बैंक ब्रांच ऑडिट हो गई एसबीआई की और मालूम पड़ा आपके एक पार्टनर का ही 10 करोड़ का है, 5 करोड़ का है, 5 लाख का लोन चालू है, दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन। मैंने उसको लोन नहीं दिया, डिड नॉट गिव अ लोन, मैं उसका ट्रस्टी नहीं हूं, मैं उसका कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन नहीं लेता, मैं उससे अश्योरेंस के लिए और किसी पर्पस से जुड़ा हुआ नहीं हूं। सो दीज आर ऑल द डिफरेंट वेज इन विच independence can be hampered. So take a signature from all your employees so that for all the clients that you are working, you have an independence confirmation that your organization, your firm, your partner, your staff, your articles are all independent of the organization. So that is an important part of the SQC1. Third is the very important part, acceptance and continuance. आपको कौन सा क्लाइंट एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए और कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए। आप देखिए कि उसका रेपुटेशन क्या है मार्केट में, उसके जो की मैनेजरल पर्सनल है वो कौन है, आपको ये काम क्यों दिया गया है और क्या आपने लोएस्ट पॉसिबल फी के से काम लिया है। ऑल दीज कैन बी फैक्टर्स फॉर यू टू डिटरमिन वेदर यू शुड एक्सेप्ट एंड कंटिन्यू अ क्लाइंट। अगेन आई हैव गिवन यू an illustrative form. I hope it is visible in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the illustrative client engagement and acceptance form where you can have questions. अगर नया client है तो आप yes लिख लिए, अगर repeat है तो no आएगा, that means continuance. नया engagement है, answer these questions कि क्या management के पास integrity है, आप yes लिख लिए, क्या उसका structure ठीक है, overall organization reporting structure, क्या उसमें कोई significant related party transactions हैं तो yes होगा, तो एक risk element है, तो आप देखिए कि मैं related parties को देखूंगा, अगर नहीं है तो आप no लिखिए। Answer all these questions and then in the end your partner who is going to accept will give a conclusion, will say engagement, I'm sorry my handwriting is not clear because I'm using this digital pen, accepted, and he signs here. This will be a form that you can retain and put in your audit files to ensure that yes you did reasonable procedures, आपने एक entity का KYC किया before accepting the engagement. The other elements of SQC1 are human resource. Well, you must have the entire process of human resource. Skill-based people आ रहे हैं, उनका CPE updated है या नहीं है, whether they are staying updated with or not, you can take their CPE declarations and file it in your office to ensure that yes, all your partners, chartered accountants are meeting with the CPE requirements and therefore are up to date with the changes. Engagement performance must be done. और more importantly, अगर किसी भी मुद्दे पे आपके कहीं भी difference of opinion आता है between the partner, the staff and the article, आप उसे कैसे resolve करते हैं, उसका procedure होना जरूरी है. Have it documented. If you have to deal with it, then there must be a clear documentation कि एक interpretation था standard का, जहाँ इस staff को ये vision था, उसका ये interpretation था, उसके senior का ये interpretation था, and finally हमने arrive किया इस decision पे कि this is how the disclosure should be. That is called engagement performance. और उसको आप consistently monitor करिए, monitoring करते रहिए that you are taking all these documents on an annual basis. अगर कोई भी नए डेवलपमेंट, नए स्टैंडर्ड्स आ रहे हैं तो उसे अपडेट करिए. फॉर एग्जांपल द कोड ऑफ एथिक्स दिस ईयर इज न्यू, मेक श्योर योर एंटायर फर्म एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज नोइंग इट एंड द इंफॉर्मेशन इज कम्युनिकेटेड. अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द SQC1 इज द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. डॉक्यूमेंटेशन स्टैंडर्ड बोलता है कि आपको एविडेंस करना है हर एक एलिमेंट का. ये जो सारे 6 एलिमेंट्स हमने पढ़े उन सभी का एक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन आपको करना चाहिए. अगर लार्जर फर्म्स हैं आप उसे इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली भी कर सकते हैं, अगर छोटी फर्म है तो आप इसे चेकलिस्ट नोट्स के फॉर्म्स के फॉर्मेट में फिजिकली रखिए. बट SQC1 इज कंपल्सरी फॉर ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ असाइनमेंट्स, टैक्स सर्विसेज, टैक्स ऑडिट, statutory audit, certificates, for all your works where you're providing assurance services, the SQC1 becomes mandatory. And the requirement of the documentation is based on the size of the firm. If you want to refer to the SQC1, it is available at the ICA's website in detail. I have tried to give you a crux. The last important part of the SQC1 is the para 81, which talks about retention. कितने साल तक आपको audit file retain करनी है? Lot of members ask this question, that for how many times or years should I retain this audit file? Seniors in the profession would recollect that earlier this used to be 10 years. Audit file 10 साल तक हम retain करते थे. But now with SQC1, which has been introduced since a few years, the requirement is that you must retain your audit files for a period of not less than 7 years. यानी 7 साल तक. अगर आपने सितंबर 13 में कोई ऑडिट किया था, तो आपको सितंबर 20 तक उसकी ऑडिट फाइल मेंटेन करनी है. For a period of 7 years, the documentation must be found. So if somebody comes and asks you that, well, I would like to review what you did in this audit, you cannot say that I do not have a retention. You will have to compulsorily retain audit documents for a period of 7 years. So that is, dear colleagues, the crux of the SQC1 that we have discussed. Now we will move on to those other 4 standards that we had reviewed at the beginning. For historical financial information, there were standards on auditing and standard on review. For non-historical, any future, there is SAE. And for other than assurance, it is SRS. So the first set of standards are standards on auditing. I will take limited period of time to go through these because I'm sure आपने standards on auditing तो काफी पढ़े होंगे. Just the crux of each of these standards, the very important ones I will take you through. The 210, very, very, very important standard. Agreeing the terms of audit engagement. Engagement letter लेना होता है, और ये सबसे important part है जो हम बहुत बार miss कर देते हैं. My request and urge and prayer to all members present here today from Andheri and Oshiwara region, please, for any assignment that you are doing, client से appointment आ गया और हमने शुरू कर दिया, मत कीजिए. आपका भी एक engagement letter जाना चाहिए. और उस engagement letter में there are certain very important aspects that must be covered. What are those? The first and foremost is that ये काम करने की responsibility किसकी है? For example, अब audit कर रहे हो तो financial statements बनाने की responsibility management की है, मेरी responsibility opinion देने की है. Some of you may say ये तो कितने basic बात है, ये तो everybody knows that the responsibility of preparing the financial statements is of the management. हम तो audit report में लिखते ही है ना कि accounts or financial statements is the responsibility of management. Well, dear friends, you are in the report writing. In the report, only you are signing. Management is not signing. There are so many cases where one has seen that once the investigation happens, or let's say there is some misfortunate incident that has happened with your client, so many times the client will only say, sir, मेरे को तो कुछ मालूम नहीं, वो तो सब चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट देखता था. And immediately the buck stops with you, the ball passes on to you. And in such situations, I feel it's very important that you must have a clear understanding with your client in the form of an engagement letter. जहां शुरू में ही आपने उससे लिखवा लिया है कि इतनी चीजें बनाना आपका काम है, इतनी चीज करना मेरा काम है. Why? Because it is in the engagement letter that both you and your client are signing and clearly stating that this is my responsibility and this is the client's responsibility. Second, हमने बात की confidentiality की, हम client का information नहीं disclose करेंगे. But well, for example, if your entity gets selected for peer review, you will have to share the information with your peer reviewer. And then the client can say, oh, you have violated my confidentiality terms. So it is always advisable in the engagement letter, have a paragraph to state that my documents will be confidential, but in case it is selected for a peer review, I will have to share this with another chartered accountant of the member of the institute, and you seek the permission of the client beforehand. Third very important clause that can be a part of your engagement letter, besides mentioning your fees, is your restriction of liability. You want to ensure that tomorrow, if for any act, the matter goes to court, now there is a class action that can be initiated, for example, under the Companies Act. In all these cases, your liability should ideally be restricted to the amount of fees and include such a paragraph in your engagement letter. So these are all very important parts, in my opinion, of an engagement letter, and therefore a very, very important standard SA 210, which you must all cover and ensure that you are complying with. The documentation, where the documentation should reflect to any third party what you have done. It can be in the form of a permanent audit file or in the form of a current audit file that you are maintaining. All the permanent documents, the company's PAN, the company's list of bank accounts, the list of related parties, ये सब एक permanent file के section में डालिए, और current file में current year के requirements, current year documents, trial balance, confirmations, other things will be forming part of the current year file. So that deals with the SA 230. I'm trying to be quick so that we can cover more questions here. The 300 series deals with a very important concept of materiality, planning materiality and performance materiality. You must have templates if required. I'll be happy to share it with the convener. The templates for materiality that are available, generally turnover based materiality hota hai, profitability based materiality hota hai, and we must ensure that we have sufficient materiality documentation so that the entire engagement team is aware कि कितने लेवल के ऊपर का अमाउंट मटेरियल है, और उससे अगर छोटे अमाउंट का कोई मिसस्टेटमेंट है, अगर आपने नहीं देखा तो you can sufficiently tell anybody inquiring that this amount was not material and therefore I have not looked into it. The 500 series, well, this is the crux of the audit evidence physical form में, electronic form में आप रख सकते हैं. It can be in compliance with the IT Act on online, but you must have sufficient audit evidence of how you arrived at your opinion. आपने कैसे opinion form किया. External confirmations, very important standard, at least for all bank accounts. Please ensure that you are directly sending a confirmation request to the bank. It cannot be going from the client to the bank. Independently from your office, send it to the bank, and the bank must directly respond back to you with the bank balance and compare that bank balance with the bank reconciliation balance. We are all aware what has happened in the Satyam case. I don't need to take you through it, but it was the biggest lesson and learning for all chartered accountants in the importance of external confirmations. Some of you may worry and wonder, kya koi bank degi? Every bank is responding to the external confirmations. Only thing is, we have to ensure that we are taking these. Analytical procedures, comparing current year numbers with prior year numbers, quarter on quarter numbers, to ensure that if there is any disproportionate variance, that must be investigated. Sampling, to ensure that you are covering the stratified sample. Subsequent events and going concern, both very important standards, especially in this post-COVID era. अगर आपने बैलेंस शीट नवंबर की तारीख में या दिसंबर की तारीख में साइन की है, तो 1 अप्रैल 20 से लेके समझिए आपने 2 दिसंबर 20 को साइन किया है, उसके बीच में क्या ट्रांजैक्शंस हुए हैं, दैट मस्ट बी वेरीफाइड. अगर आपको मालूम पड़ा कि भैया 6 महीने का मॉरेटोरियम था लोन का, पर कंपनी ने सब्सिक्वेंटली भी लोन रिपे नहीं की, then it may be an adjusting effect for which you may have to give a suitable modification in your audit report dated 31st March 20. So you must go through all the important transactions after the balance sheet date up to the date of your signing. अगर कोई legal cost हुआ है, कोई legal opinion लिया है, कोई और कोई cases हुए हैं, all of that can be known only if you look at the subsequent information. And if in your opinion the entity cannot function as a going concern, please ensure that you are following SA 570. And here I would like to take a couple of minutes from all of you, because as chairman of FRRB, let me share you that whenever I'm looking at the financial statements, more importantly, whenever one has come across companies where, let's say, the operating profit has declined, there is no operating profit, the net worth has totally eroded. The company itself in its director report is stating that the future is bleak. There are no sufficient orders and the operating profits and the operating cash flows have dried up. In such cases, your modification of the audit report must always be in line with SA 570. और 570 में critical examples दिए हैं. किस स्टेज पे आपको एक disclaimer of opinion देना है, किस स्टेज पे आपको adverse opinion देना है, on what level, how you are supposed to qualify. And I request to all of the participants who are present here, if in any of your clients गोइंग कंसर्न का इश्यू आता है, आप खुद ही उसको अपने लैंग्वेज में ड्राफ्ट ना करें, अदर मैटर में लिख देंगे, एम्फोसिस ऑफ मैटर में लिख देंगे, क्वालिफिकेशन में इस तरह से लिख देंगे. These are all cases which sadly are going to disciplinary because the standard has very clear cut requirements of how you must modify a report in case of a going concern issue. So very, very important standard for all of you to follow. And my request to you will be that please ensure in all the cases where you are seeing a going concern issue, your modification of the audit report is strictly as per the SA 570. The 600 series, well, it talks about using the work of another auditor. अगर आपके पास कोई ब्रांच ऑडिटर है, कोई स्टेप डाउन ऑडिटर है, आपने उसका काम कैसे यूज किया, वो ऐसे 600 गवर्न करेगा. अगर आप इंटरनल ऑडिटर का काम पे रिलाई कर रहे हो, देन 610. और अगर कोई एक्सपर्ट है, फॉर एग्जांपल कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी है और आपने आर्किटेक्ट इंजीनियर पे रिलाई किया, so what to an extent you can rely on, that is discussed in the SA 620. The most important set of standards in SA series are the SA 700 series. And here I would like to pause for a moment and request all of you, please, every year, whatever you do, my prayer to you and request is, साल में पहला ऑडिट रिपोर्ट साइन करने से पहले applicable SA 700 का फॉर्मेट प्लीज देख लीजिए. If you don't look at the entire standard also, I am for a moment fine. But the illustrative example which is given at the back, there are 5 illustrations and it covers all the examples. Listed company, consolidated financials, all examples are covered. And in all these illustrations, you will find that what kind of an opinion you are to give. 2 साल पहले opinion paragraph ऊपर चला गया. Yet today one is so sad to see that because of our over reliance on formats, so many people are still signing audit reports and giving in the old format where opinion paragraph नीचे आता है. Now this is such a sad scenario and no other option but to face the music in such cases. So please, every year, always look at the SA 700 illustrations which are updated, or maybe every 1 or 2 or 3 years, and ensure that you are up to date with the report format. The 101 or the 701 talks about CAM, key audit matters. Right now applicable only in the case of listed companies. आप देख रहे होंगे listed company का audit report में CAM आता है. So this standard discusses that. Any modification in auditor's report is covered through SA 705. What are the modifications? It can be, well, a qualification in the audit report. It can be an adverse opinion. It can be a disclaimer of opinion. All those modifications are covered in the 705 with suitable examples. और अगर आपको emphasis of matter यानी कि EOM देना है, we draw your attention to para so and so of the financial, EOM, या other matter paragraph है, then for that you have to refer to 706. Very, very important auditing standards that one must be aware of. With this, we have concluded the standards on auditing. The SQC, as you are aware, firm level for all entities. The SAs are for historical financial information. जहां मैं audit कर रहा हूं, वहां मुझे auditing standards apply करने हैं for historical years. अगर मैं audit नहीं कर रहा, पूरे साल की entity है, but समझिए Companies Act में नहीं है, और therefore auditable भी नहीं है, तो आप एक review कर सकते हो, and that review can be under SRE 2400. Full year का review अगर आपको करना है, then the standard to be followed is SRE 2400. And this is for the entire year. Only one thing to remember, it can be done by a practitioner other than the statutory auditor of the company. क्योंकि statutory auditor तो SA 700 में report देने ही वाला है. तो जब आप audit करने वाले हो, तो आप review नहीं कर सकते because आपको audit करना है. So limited review of the financials can be carried out by any practitioner. अगर उस company में statutory audit हो रहा है, तो statutory auditor उसको नहीं sign कर सकता. And अगर interim period का है, यानी full year नहीं है, the word interim means anything which is less than 1 full year, then the standard which is applicable is SRE 2410. जनरली आप देखते हैं जब भी सेबी का क्लॉज 49 के कंप्लायंस के लिए a quarterly or a half yearly limited review is to be given. That limited review is given in this format under the SRE 2410. So I hope we have all clearly understood the SRE 2410. There are certain slides here I have given. आपको एक्सेप्टेंस और एंगेजमेंट का लेटर कैसे लेना है एज पर 210, क्या प्रोसीजर्स होने चाहिए, किस चीज को किससे कंपेयर कर सकते हो आप, प्रीसीडिंग पीरियड से, मोस्ट रिसेंट ऑडिटेड फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट से, रेशियोज बनाइए as a percentage of sales, assets, all of this information and the documentation required is given in this slides. So with this, we have discussed 3 important set of standards. The SQC1, which is applicable for all the works that we are doing. The standard on auditing, अगर historical financial information है, हम पूरे साल का ऑडिट कर रहे हैं तो स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन ऑडिटिंग, अगर हम पूरे साल का रिव्यू कर रहे हैं SRE 2400, याद रखिए, if you are statutory auditor you cannot sign it. If you are doing an interim financials, for example limited review, then SRE 2410. So those are the standards 3 that we have gone through: SQCs, SA and SRE. SA and SRE deal with historical financial information, यानी कि पास्ट पीरियड का अगर हम कुछ भी सर्टिफाई कर रहे हैं, इट इज कवर्ड बाय दीज स्टैंडर्ड्स. नाउ वी मूव ऑन टू द फ्यूचर. पास्ट से जाएंगे फ्यूचर पे. 3 sets of standards which are referred to as the SAEs. The most common and very useful, SAE 3400, examination of prospective financial information. मुझे प्रोस्पेक्टिव फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन पे सर्टिफाई करना है तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूं? Very important for us to remember that the second schedule of the Chartered Accountants Act very clearly states a chartered accountant in practice will be deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he signs on a financial statements and makes others believe that the future likelihood of a event or certain projections is likely to occur. यानी मैं कोई ऐसा बैलेंस शीट 5 साल का लेके, जो मैंने आपको शुरू में बताया, 5 साल के फ्यूचर प्रोजेक्शंस कोई मेरे पास क्लाइंट ले आता है और मैं सिंपली उस पर साइन स्टैम्प सील करके दे दूंगा, देन यू आर 100% गिल्टी ऑफ प्रोफेशनल मिसकंडक्ट. क्यों? क्योंकि टिल डेट वी आर नॉट लर्निंग एस्ट्रोलॉजी, एस्ट्रोनॉमी इन आवर सीए कोर्स. तो फ्यूचर में क्या होगा उसको आप सर्टिफाई नहीं कर सकते. तो प्लीज, अगर कोई सीएमआई डेटा 5 साल का लेके आता है और बोलता है सीएमआई डेटा पे आप साइन कर दीजिए, आप सिंपली साइन और स्टैंप नहीं कर सकते. What you can do is you can issue a report under SAE 3400 which deals with examination. मैंने उसकी assumptions चेक किए, मैंने mathematical accuracy चेक की. I am not providing any guarantee के फ्यूचर में ये चीज होगी. That is SAE 3400, dear friends. Very important standard. And the other 2 standards, well, they deal with, one deals with the controls at service level. मैंने जैसा आपको बताया, KPO में अगर किसी को controls check करवाने हैं, then you will give the report in 3402. और अगर आप prospectus के लिए 5 साल के projections दे रहे हैं, तो आपको 3420 follow करना है. What is 3400 then? Well, it is to provide guidance for future projections के information. आपको acceptance कैसे करना है, engagement letter लेना है. You have to consider various factors. Because of shortage of time, I will not take you through this. I will share the PPT if required. And what is the methodology to be applied? What are the working papers that you must have and maintain? कि आपने कहाँ से source किया information? उसने जो forecast किया उसका basis आपको सही लग रहा है या नहीं? उसने उसका evidence दिया है कि नहीं? Management से representation letter लीजिए, आपका एक plan बनाइए. All of this are part of your working papers. And based on that, you must issue a report under SAE 3400. And therefore, after the assurance standards, we discussed the SQC1. If it's historical, we discussed SA for audit, SRE for review. If it is not historical, अगर future है तो SAE. और अगर assurance नहीं है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ related service है, then there are 2 very important standards. SRS 4400, which deals with agreed upon procedures. आपको किसी भी क्लाइंट ने कुछ प्रोसीजर्स परफॉर्म करने बोले हैं, आप इन्वेंट्री वेरिफिकेशन कर लीजिए, आप फिक्स्ड एसेट वेरिफिकेशन कर लीजिए, उसका रिपोर्ट आपको इस फॉर्मेट में देना है, SRS 4400, a very nice format. It is given in the standard and please follow this standard for the conduct of the entire assignment. And अगर ऑडिट नहीं है, रिव्यू नहीं हो रहा है, बिकॉज एंटिटी भी ऑडिटेबल नहीं है, बट किसी को बैलेंस शीट चाहिए, देन अगर आपको उसको करंट, नॉन करंट या अकाउंटिंग फॉर्मेट में उसको रिपोर्ट करके देना है, then there is a very useful format, SRS 4410, which deals with compilations. Compilation engagement आप दे सकते हैं, ये पूरी बैलेंस शीट आप बना के कंपाइलेशन का रिपोर्ट दीजिए. Compilation is not an audit, and therefore this standard can be used. With this, we have concluded 5 important standards, 5 important set of standards that we have discussed today. The SQC1, हिस्टोरिकल इंफॉर्मेशन का ऑडिट है तो SA, हिस्टोरिकल इंफॉर्मेशन का रिव्यू है तो SRE, अगर फोरकास्ट है, फ्यूचर का अश्योरेंस है तो SAE, और अगर अश्योरेंस ही नहीं है SRS. उसमें 2 स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं, अग्रीड अपॉन प्रोसीजर्स के और कंपाइलेशन के. So I hope with this I have answered some questions with regards to the projections. I have answered the question with regard to the provisionals. And the title for today was certifications, projections, and provisionals. So projections, you are aware now that you have to give as per only and only as per SAE 3400. Provisionals आप ऐसे ही साइन और स्टैंप नहीं कर सकते. आपको अगर कंपाइलेशन रिपोर्ट देना है तो SRS 4410. अगर आप रिव्यू कर सकते हैं तो SRE 2400 में फुल ईयर का रिव्यू हो सकता है. ऑडिट वी आर अवेयर SA 700 में होता है. Now, the third part of the topic deals with certification. And I would request the attention of all of you on this topic here, because it's a very important question that arises in everybody's mind. What is the format of a certificate? Chartered accountant in practice अगर कोई certificate दे रहा है तो क्या उसका कोई format है? I just would like to share for a second the screen which I have and the presentation that I have prepared. And this very, very important guidance note, which sadly not many are aware of, which is the guidance note on reports or certificates. It's a beautiful publication of the institute where for any special report or certificate, wherever you are giving reasonable or limited level of assurance, जहां आप एक certificate word use कर रहे हो या report use कर रहे हो, then you will have to follow this guidance note. Very important. अगर SA अप्लाई नहीं कर रहे, बिकॉज अदर देन ऑडिट्स है, तो अगर ऑडिट्स है तो SA, रिव्यू है तो SRE, अगर अदर अश्योरेंस है तो SAE और SRS. अगर ये अप्लाई नहीं हो रहे तो आपको रिपोर्ट इस ही फॉर्मेट में देनी है, which is the guidance note on reports or certificates. It's a beautiful format. I will take you through it if you have time permitting. It's available online on the institute's website. टर्नओवर का सर्टिफिकेट, नेटवर्थ का सर्टिफिकेट, वो कैसे कवर होता है वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे बिफोर आई कंक्लूड द सेशन. So the guidance note on certificates, which was issued in 2016, is a beautiful format where it talks about it talks about the compliance with SQC1, कि हमारी फर्म SQC1 को कंप्लाई करती है. सेकंड, आपने क्या प्रोसीजर किया. अगर आप नेटवर्थ का सर्टिफिकेट दे रहे हैं या टर्नओवर का सर्टिफिकेट दे रहे हैं, आपने उसे फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में से एक्सट्रैक्ट किया, वो लिखना है. व्हाट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ मैनेजमेंट, व्हाट इज योर process that you have followed, that gets enumerated there. And a very important paragraph at the end, dear colleagues, of that report or of certificate format is a restriction of use. And my request to all the participants who are present here, I can see many on my screen, Nankishore ji, Aditya ji, Jaimin bhai, Pradeep ji, Aditya ji, all of you who are here, Mukesh ji, and whoever is listening, for all your certificates, please always ensure that at the end you are putting this restriction of use paragraph. अगर आपने सर्टिफिकेट दिया है क्लाइंट को टर्नओवर का टेंडर को अप्लाई करने के लिए या नेटवर्क का एक वीजा पर्पस के लिए, और उसने आपने लिख दिया टू whomsoever it may concern, this is to certify that based on the information and explanation provided to me and books of accounts examined by us, it is hereby certified that turnover of the entity is so much. वो आपसे तो ले रहा है एक टेंडर में अप्लाई करने के लिए, बट कल उठ के अगर उसने उसको बैंक को दे दिया और बैंक से लोन ले ली एंड देन ही डजंट डिस्चार्ज हिज ऑब्लिगेशन, द बैंक विल से आई रिलाइड ऑन योर सर्टिफिकेट. Don't let that happen. Always have the restriction of use paragraph. If you are giving him a net worth certificate for the purpose of US visa application, mention the certificate is issued for the specific purpose of US visa application as per the request of the client. तो कल उठ के अगर उसको यूके के वीजा के लिए जाना है, एक तो आपके पास दूसरी बार आएगा तो फीस तो हम लेंगे ही, और दूसरा आप कुछ भी चेंज है अपडेट है नंबर्स में आप उसको कर सकते हैं, और तीसरा पर्सन उसके ऊपर रिलाई नहीं करता. योर एंटायर वर्क विच इज डन फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पर्पस, इट इज ओनली टू बी यूज्ड बाय दैट रिसिपिएंट ऑफ द ऑडिट रिपोर्ट. डोंट मेक इट अ जनरल पर्पस सर्टिफिकेट. सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू कन्वे टू यू फॉर द गाइडेंस नोट ऑन सर्टिफिकेट. विद दिस वी हैव कवर्ड द एंटायर गैम्बिट जो हम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट की प्रैक्टिस में कर सकते हैं. ऑडिट कर सकते हैं, रिव्यू कर सकते हैं, अदर अश्योरेंस एंगेजमेंट्स कर सकते हैं जैसे कि प्रोजेक्शंस, फ्यूचर फाइनेंशियल प्रोस्पेक्टिव फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन, हम कंपाइलेशन या अग्रीड अपॉन प्रोसीजर्स कर सकते हैं, हम सर्टिफिकेट्स दे सकते हैं जो हमें गाइडेंस नोट के हिसाब से करना है, और इन सब चीजों के ऊपर जो बैठता है वो है SQC1 जो हमें हमारी फॉर्म लेवल पे कंप्लाई करना है. With this, I hope I have been able to give justice to the topic that Amish ji has assigned to me of certifications, projections, and provisionals. I would like to thank once again the study circle, and the balance 10-15 minutes that we have, I would like to reserve it for the purpose of any questions that any of you have in your day-to-day practice dealing with this topic proper. Once again, I thank all the conveners and the participants for a very patient listening.
So first question from my side only. Whether we can give a certificate writing to whomsoever it may concern, we should not be specific to say to Punjab National Bank or to Visa Consulate so and so.
Yes, Amish ji, it must always be issued to the recipient on whom the assurance is provided. Sadly, many times chartered accountants are providing such certificates to whomsoever it may concern. That is why I wanted to draw your attention कि हाँ अगर आप PNB को दे रहे हैं तो आप PNB को लिखिए.
Okay. So one question is in chat box. When compilation assignment does not require signing, is SRS still to be followed and report to be issued? It is by Punit Gupta.
So, for example, you are not, see, आप compilation services, you have to understand, Punit ji, अगर मैं किसी entity को balance sheet बनाने में सिर्फ मदद कर रहा हूँ, and he doesn't require any form of signature from me to increase its reliability, and you are only, for example, let's say putting it in India's format, in Schedule 3 format, and giving it to the management, then you can do that work, and there is no need for you to give a compilation certificate also. But generally, if you are, the management will require कि आप मुझे आपने ये काम किया है उसका कोई एक सर्टिफिकेट दे दीजिए, रिपोर्ट दे दीजिए. In that case, you must give a compilation assignment, but yes, a report. But if it is not required, you are only assisting them, you can take up that as a professional assignment. किसी एक ने मुझे पूछा है, I think it's a direct message, कि क्या मैं ब्रदर इन लॉ की कंपनी में डायरेक्टर को मैं साइन कर सकता हूँ? Well, if he is a director, and like I mentioned, if the disqualification under the Companies Act is attracted in terms of him also being a shareholder and being your relative, then it is better avoided. Independence के लिए बहुत पुरानी चीज कही जाती है कि it must not only, you know, there is no definition of independence which can be codified, but it must be also in appearance. So independence in mind, independence in appearance is what is critical. And if you feel that yes, that brother-in-law has substantial influence on the company, and then you are doing a statutory audit. I would request and refrain you from doing that. Anjali ji ने पूछा है, can you throw some light on compilation services? Well, Anjali, it is a simple example. There are a lot of companies who require, in these days when the turnover limit has increased, for example, in tax audit, उनको tax audit applicable नहीं हो रहा है, but they want a balance sheet P&L in a format which can be shared with others, which they can keep for their own records or their partnership purposes. Then they come and ask you that, can I get this balance sheet still audited by you? Because they, उनके लिए तो audit ही एक word है. In those cases, अगर tax audit cover नहीं हो रहा है, then what you can do is you can do a compilation service, give them a compilation report which will meet their requirements, and at the same time you are not taking any responsibility because आप कोई assurance function नहीं दे रहे हैं. निखिल जी ने सवाल पूछा है, certification of ITR. Very good question.
Sir, same question. One minute, sir. Same question has been asked by Puneet Gupta also.
Okay, so Puneet ji and Nikhil ji, yeah. I think the convener referred to the FAQ by UDIN, which was issued on this topic. Let's first understand जो true copy करने का काम है, true copy का stamp मारना. The Supreme Court has also opined that it is only to be done by a gazetted officer or by a notary. We as chartered accountants in practice are not a notary and definitely not a gazetted officer. Therefore, we are not authorized to true copy anything. हमारा काम कागजों पे ट्रू कॉपी करना नहीं है. इतनी मेहनत करके हमने ये डिग्री ट्रू कॉपी करने के लिए नहीं ली. क्वेश्चन इज, क्या कर सकते हैं जब बैंक हमसे आईटीआर का कंप्यूटेशन मांगता है? आप आईटीआर और कंप्यूटेशन की कॉपी लीजिए, जैसा मैंने बैलेंस शीट के केस में दिखाया, एज पर आवर रिपोर्ट ऑफ इवन डेट, उस पे भी लिखिए प्लीज रेफर टू आवर रिपोर्ट along with the ITR and computation. Give a report, state that what you have done. वो आपसे क्यों मांग रहा है? क्योंकि आजकल पीडीएफ का जमाना इतना अच्छा हो गया भैया कि कोई भी 10 लाख की इनकम को 1 करोड़ 1 जीरो ऐड करके कर देता है. मुंबई में आने के लिए जब लोगों को आरटीपीसीआर चाहिए, लोगों ने पीडीएफ बनाने में एक्सपर्ट हो गए. तो वो तो क्या है, पीडीएफ का जमाना है, उसके लिए बैंक को पीडीएफ पे भरोसा नहीं है, उनको चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट पे भरोसा है. तो आप क्या करते हैं, आप उसको देखते हैं, आईटीआर की इनकम टैक्स इंडिया ई फाइलिंग की वेबसाइट पे जाते हैं, वेरीफाई करके आप रिपोर्ट इशू करते हैं कि यस आई हैव वेरीफाइड द नंबर एज पर द आईटीआर एक्नॉलेजमेंट एज पर द कंप्यूटेशन एंड अग्रीज विद द इनकम टैक्स इंडिया ई फाइल नंबर्स. सो गिव अ रिपोर्ट टू दैट एक्सटेंट. Always give a certificate or a report, and then you can issue a certificate on the ITR and computation. So I hope I have answered the question that Nikhil ji and the other person asked.
Meera Desai, can we sign book debt statement for giving to bank? Is UDN required?
Again, सिर्फ book debt अगर आपने देख के book debt पे sign करना, you should not do it. If you are giving a certificate, please mention what you have verified. क्या आपने सारा डेट देख लिया है? What you have seen, what is it that you are attesting to? Please mention and issue a certificate along with that. Simply putting a stamp and sign on it, the bank will ask a million things. I say this very often. Sometimes the bank will come and ask you that the tenure of the loan is 15 years or 20 years. So please give us a certificate that the promoter will be living for the next 20 years. ना भैया मैं कैसे दे दूं कि वो कितना साल जिएगा? बैंक तो आपसे कुछ भी मांगेगा. हमारा काम हर एक चीज पे साइन करना नहीं है. एंड फॉर दिस पर्पस द आईसीआई हैज टेकन दिस टास्क अप विद द आरबीआई एंड आईबीए. देयर इज ए गूगल फॉर्म अवेलेबल ऑन द इंस्टीट्यूट वेबसाइट वेयर वी आर सीकिंग सच इंफॉर्मेशन which banks are asking, which is not covered by the banking regulation, nowhere required by RBI. Still the bank manager for their own comforts are asking members, please report such certificates. In the past also we have taken action on such managers who are asking for such unreasonable certification from chartered accountants.
Next is from Aditya Maheshwari. Banks give format for MSME classification, fixed assets and turnover certificate.
भैया ये फॉर्मेट नहीं, बेड़ा गर्द किया है. कभी सुना है डॉक्टर के पास जाके आप बोलते हो भैया मैं सफेद वाली दवाई नहीं लूंगा, मुझे लाल और हरे रंग की दवाई दोगे ना तो ही मैं लूंगा, वरना मैं नहीं लूंगा. दवाई देना डॉक्टर का काम है. इट इज हिज एक्सपर्टीज. किस फॉर्मेट में मैं सर्टिफिकेट दूंगा वो मैं डिसाइड करूंगा. बैंक कैन नॉट गिव मी अ फॉर्मेट. लेट्स बी वेरी क्लियर. हाँ, बट इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू टेल देम, प्लीज हैव दैट करेज ऑफ कन्विक्शन टू टेल देम दिस इज व्हाट यू विल गेट. You want it from the statutory auditor, I will only give as per my institute's standards as per my institute's guidance note. You are nobody to decide this format. And believe me, once you argue with them, they will accept it. होता क्या है, client आके बोलता है सर बहुत urgent है, दे दो हमको चाहिए, and we are sometimes abiding by them. So please ensure such formats, it is not their business to give. Tell him very clearly, I will go to the RBI, I will go to ICI, I will go to the Ombudsman of RBI and complain that this is a format you are forcing upon chartered accountants. Sir, हम एक qualified fraternity है. With respect, वो MCOM, MBA किया हुआ बैंक मैनेजर अपने को सिखाएगा हमें किस फॉर्मेट में रिपोर्ट देना है हमारा. Please have the courage of conviction. वो उसके जेब से पैसा नहीं दे रहा है, वो बैंक के पैसे से दे रहा है. And he must abide by the certificate formats we are giving. Yes, you can incorporate all their requirements in your certificate, but always follow the format of the ICI.
Next, same question you had answered. A bank and tenders are coming with the prescribed format of the certificate for CA. My next question is from Wadli Patel. If CA firm assign audit work to another CA firm and report signed on the relying on the other CA work, what are the precautions to be taken by a CA who signed the report?
Okay, sir. So SA 600 very clearly deals with reliance on the work of another auditor. If there is another chartered accountant who has done certain amount of work as a branch auditor or as somebody else, you can place reliance on him. But yaad rakhiye, when you are signing the report, ultimate responsibility comes to you. So you have to ensure that he has done his work as per the scope. You will have to have a monitoring mechanism to ensure that. Simply saying मैंने outsource कर दिया था और उसने जो दिया मैंने आगे दिया, तो भैया दोनों फंसेंगे. आप दे सकते हैं for your convenience, but ensure कि जो scope में था वो कर रहा है. To that extent, you can rely on it. It empowers you the standard to rely on another auditor, but it doesn't absolve you of your responsibility in total.
So almost we are done with. It's the same repeated question. Even like Anjali Gatkar told that even HDFC Bank KYC certificate is having a reference of money laundering. How we should issue a certificate?
No, bhaiya, I'm telling you, let me give you an example. One member from Calcutta called us and said that the manager is asking us to give a certificate that once the loan is disbursed, it will only be applied towards the purpose of the loan. Disbursement पहले chartered accountant कैसे लिख दे कि इसका application कहाँ होगा? It is practically not possible. So he refused. He sent a mail to the PDC. We immediately took it up with the bank, with RBI. And then it was realized that manager came to his house, said, no, sorry, मेरे से गलती हो गया, ये वो. He was only doing a fraudulent advance. Even he knew that ये पैसा misuse होने वाला है और उसको हमारे कंधे पे बंदूक फोड़नी थी. तो मैं यही चीज कहूंगा अमीश जी टू एंड, इतना भी बड़ा कंधा ना कर ले हम कि लोग बंदूक, तोप, न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब सब हमारे पे फोड़ ले. We have to be very clear in terms of what we can attest and we don't attest.
And still any further questions are there? Sir is available. You can unmute yourself and answer the thing. Ask the question. So I think we can conclude here. There's such certificate in demand. Punit Gupta, can you please advise?
Yeah, you can send it to ICI. You can refer it to PDC. You can also send it to the UDIN group.
One more question is that from Devin Mapna, sir. Can we do tax audit of the firm in which brother-in-law is a partner, even if auditor's wife is not a partner or a director?
So again, if the relative definition is attracted, which I feel in this may be attracted, then it is better not done.
Fine. So we can conclude now. There is one small announcement. Next webinar we are having on 27 January 2021, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is on types of certificates issued under GST, Chartered Accountant Prospectives. Various types of certificates are there in GST where a chartered accountant can issue the same, and what are the precautions to be followed. With this, I thanks CA Aniket Talati sir to address today's session. You had shared your wonderful insights, sir. I request our core committee member CA Nikhil Polwalji to kindly give the hearty vote of thanks on behalf of Andheri Osira.
Yeah, thank you, Amish, for giving me this very good opportunity to interact with Aniket. Aniket, it has been an excellent presentation and a very eye-opening one, and I'm sure it's an eye-opener for each one of us. because there were so many areas which there has always been a chat on the Andheri Yoshivara chat group that you can issue this certificate, you should not issue this certificate, you can give the true copy, you cannot give the true copy. Some said yes, some said no. So there's a lot of clarity that has come, and yes, all these booklets, the guidance notes, the assurances, the standards, they are sacrosanct, and we have to follow that. And I'm sure we were trying to move around it, but not in it. So I think we need to get our act together much more than we have, especially in this era where most of us are doing it digitally. So it's more important that in this digital era, we need to take our responsibilities much more seriously. So thank you very much, Aniket, for having taken time out on a Sunday morning and briefed us and opened our eyes. So I would like to carry a hearty vote of thanks on behalf of Andheri Yoshivara Study Circle for the same thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Aniket,
Nikhil ji, and thank you, Amish ji, for inviting me again.
Fine,
Yes,
fine.
Amish ji.
Just share me your PPT, sir. Many people.
Yeah.